Okay, for number 11, we have a range question. We know domain and range is a little mini topic in algebra, so this is referring to range. So the first thing to know or be aware of here is that range refers to our y values, or in this case our f of x values. What outputs are possible? Which vertical y values, like we mentioned earlier, are possible for this graph, for this function. And we have little intervals, so it says all real numbers and then some inequality, less than or equal to some number or greater than some number. And where our function here is x squared plus 2x minus 8. So the first thing that I'm going to do is type this into the calculator. I don't have the calculator in my iPad, but we'll see something like this if we go to images. Okay, so again, range is not referring to our x values, which we usually deal with a little bit more frequently. Domain just happens to come up more frequently than range. So we're not dealing with left and right, and as a matter of fact, the domain would be all real numbers here. There's no left or right limit. But our vertical limit, we know there is a certain point where the graph doesn't keep decreasing. There's a certain minimum value there. That's what we call the vertex here. And we'll notice the vertex, if we go into our table, is occurring at -1, -9. So this point right here is important. The vertex is always either a maximum or a minimum. In this case, it's a minimum. So how does that help us answer this question? If we look, two of the choices, or all the choices, refer to -1 or -9 in some capacity. So we can eliminate 3 and 4. We know range should refer to our y, or f of x values. And it really comes down to now knowing, should the y values be greater than or equal to for this function, or less than or equal to -9? And the simple answer is choice 2. Basically, -9 is the lowest this graph can be, and anything larger than that. The graph is increasing from that point. Right? It's going to go up all the way to positive infinity, with -9 being the smallest it can be. Another way you can answer this without even considering the graph, just by simply observing the table, maybe scanning up and down a little bit and noticing that -9 was the lowest you got, meaning that the y values are all greater than or equal to that.